A pleasant good morning to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, to the regional and international diaspora, as well a pleasant good morning. Just about 8 minutes after the hour of 8 as we begin today's edition of Island Tea. It is the 18th of May, 2026. Now, I know I promised you that today, Monday, we would have had Mr. Charles Wilking, KC, with us. Unfortunately, he won't be able to be here today, but we will schedule for another time. But just to whet your appetite so that you will remain interested, Charles Wilkin, KC, launches new publication and digital platform examining St. Kitts and Nevis' journey since independence. So it is a candid examination of the Federation's political, constitutional, economic, and social development, highlighting progress, confronting challenges, and proposing the changes needed to build a stronger future for the nation. We know he's been pretty vocal in a few things, so we await and anticipate his engagement in the not too distant future. As we continue along this morning, just to remind you, if you wish to join in on the conversation or bring something pressing to the fore, our local number is 466-0989 or 1-305-921-4619 or 1-718-285-6984. In the UK, 0333-440065. Just to remind you as well, at half the hour of 8, we will be having our usual traffic talk. So we ask that you stay tuned for that as well. Now we know we had an uneventful weekend. We had an earthquake. Yes, we hear about these things all the time. We have the advert that says duck, cover, and hold on. Yet everybody runs outside. She clearly says, do not open the door. Do not go outside. I happen to... Well, I've been previewed with some videos from Antigua, and I see persons running out of the supermarkets. The damage Antigua got, thank God we didn't get that much of it or any of it at all, because I didn't see any pictures from supermarkets with things falling off of the shelf. But it was pretty heavy. I felt that thing, as I said, walking under my feet, and the way I was standing, it felt like it was walking to the sea. I know persons say, the water normally draws back before a tsunami or whatever, but we can never be prepared. So let us really follow what the advert says. You are to duck under something. I wasn't far from ending up under my dining table because I was in the front when I felt most of it, but then it eased, so I just stood there firmly and said, okay. And then I proceeded out the door to work. But yeah, that was... At first, because I live so close where they normally blow the mountain, I thought it was just a mountain because it was loud too. But then when I realized, I'd be like, oh boy, earthquake. So my husband shouted out to me, are you feeling that? I'd be like, yeah, earthquake. So yeah. So we do say you feel it, you feel it. It's funny how we match up to that advert so perfectly. But I'm glad that we heard of no incidences that resulted in the loss of life. We just saw the little damage that happened in the supermarket over in Antigua. And apparently the epicenter was a little off from Antigua. Some countries said it was 5.1, some say 5.6, some say 5.2. I saw other articles and readings that said 6.1, 6.2. So it was a massive one. My first massive one was in Trinidad some years ago. It was August time. And when we were walking down, because they came to make sure everybody got out, when we were walking down the stairs, because, of course, the elevator is not in use, you saw the long crack in the hotel building. And I'm like, whoa, is this going to hold together? Then when we switched rooms, you saw in some rooms we had to switch again because all the tiles fell off of the wall into the tubs. So that was my first experience of a massive earthquake. So I can say that I've experienced a big one, and now we have these ones that we are experiencing here ever so often here in the Caribbean. I meant before we'd be like, oh, we're immune to that. Those things don't happen over here. But That's not true. So let us heed all the precautions, all the warning, the adverts. We see we have our tsunami signs around the island. Let's really take these things seriously, because we see we are not immune to anything. Almost everything is in our region. So, as I said, thank God for life as we continue along today. So, on the local scene, just to get into a few headlines before I engage Troy this morning, I see that we have, well, I saw there's an article that says AI impact on tourism. Nevis Premier Mark Brantley shares concern over possibility of being left behind. I'll just touch a bit of the article, and it is on winnfm.com. And it says, tourism remains one of the most volatile industries, especially for small island developing states with tourism-independent economies like St. Kitts and Nevis. Economies are affected by the slightest shifts in the global landscape, from natural disasters to unfavorable geopolitical policies towards integration, visa restrictions, and war. Some of the impact is also felt through technological innovations and mass indoctrination of these new systems into everyday life. Artificial intelligence is one such technological marvel that is actively shifting the tourism landscape from a reactive seasonal model to a predictive, hyper-personalized ecosystem. For small tourism-dependent island economies, AI is being deployed to optimize revenue, streamline national security, and automate operational workflows to mitigate economic vulnerability. However, without the proper acumen to navigate and use the technology, some are left behind or fall victim to those who can exploit the technology and those who are ignorant of it. At the second Amplified Summit in Miami, during a Liberty Caribbean panel, Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, addressed the impact of AI in hospitality and the risk of being left behind. For me as a policymaker, and part of the concern is not just the AI and technology part of it, but the pace and the shape of discovery. And I am fearful that we run the risk in the region of our people getting better at it. It's one thing to be in a room where you see all smart people. It's where you'll say all smart people. It's your own work you're talking about. But the model that we have of tourism over the years has taken a particular path. You have people working in hotels in various capacities, and risks that I think we are running is if we can retune and reskill those individuals at pace. Then what accounts for significant part of employment based in the region will be eroded. A word that I mentioned in this room since all the discussion began is the word fear, and perhaps for good reason, because nobody in this room is necessarily afraid of technology or the fear of AI. So we see AI is taking over, and it doesn't seem like we over here are quite ready for it. In other headlines, we see families remain a driving force for community and nation building. And we see we have a new junior tourism minister, and she hails from the home of the Wildcats. And her name, let me make sure I say it's Rainier. If I'm not saying it correctly, someone can call or message and correct me, Rainier Martin. So kudos and congratulations to our youth as they continue to excel in areas that they will eventually take over. We know the winner, I think last year's winner, if I remember correctly, let me say the correct phrase, if I remember correctly, was the ICCS school just across from the studio here. So I see it's moving around. The students are taking this serious. So congratulations to Miss Martin from the Washington Archibald High School. On the regional side, I see a statement from the Minister of Foreign Relations of the Republic of Cuba, Bruno Rodriguez Parilla. Now, I know I've seen some reports where they say Cuba is in dire straits now. They're out of fuel. They're in blackouts for at least 20 to 22 hours per each day, and we know that's almost the entire day. So I empathize with persons over there, including persons that are studying from around the world. And I know it can't be an easy feat. I know there's probably a lot that's happening, but we continually pray that you push on and persevere. And we hope that those that are at the helm that can do something will try their best to help Cuba in this time of need. Cuba has been a helpful hand to the entire world for most of their existence. So I'm hoping that some of us or all of us will stand with Cuba and assist them in their time of dire need. And we see CARICOM expanding external relations, ESG Elizabeth Solomon. So we know CARICOM, how should I say it without putting it off incorrectly? Is that heads, well, I don't think they've sorted out what is happening. It's just quiet for a while. I'm waiting to hear the result of it, because we can't just get some news and not get all the news. So it says CARICOM is diversifying its external relations with a focus on South cooperation to navigate a volatile global environment. Assistant Secretary General for Foreign and Community Relations at the CARICOM Secretariat, Ms. Elizabeth Solomon, said on Thursday. She was at the time delivering remarks at the opening of the Center for International and Broader Studies, the CIBS Guyana Conference, Navigating the Future, Guyana, the Caribbean, and Latin America in a changing global environment, held on the 14th of May at the Herdmanston Lodge, Georgetown, Guyana. Assistant Secretary General Solomon said that as CARICOM expands its relations, it is witnessing a historic deepening of ties with the African Union and individual African countries, alongside a record number of applications for associate and full membership, which are being considered within a carefully managed strategy for expansion. She added that strengthening relations with Latin America and the Caribbean remains a priority, noting that these engagements are essential for trade, regional security, and the development of sustainable energy and transport corridors. The Assistant Secretary General also said CARICOM recognizes that regional stability is contingent on addressing the humanitarian and security crisis in Haiti. In this regard, she added that the community remains fully and strategically engaged with international partners to restore security and democratic governance. Biff, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Hortensia. I am blessed, highly favored, and giving thanks. What about you?
I am trying to be better than yesterday. I don't know if I accomplished that today, though, but I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it.
Oh, definitely. Well, from over here, it looks like you're doing a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you.
Nobody would be able to tell that you're fighting it. Say you're achieving it. You're being triumphant. I don't know if it's because you went to the convention yesterday.
No, I didn't. I did not go to the. Is it the 94th?
Yes, it is.
I did not. No.
Almost a century.
Yeah, and 6 more years and they're in it to win it.
I must say it's coincidental that I have on a red shirt. It's not any...
So can I assume that you went yesterday? Can I assume that you went yesterday?
No. It wasn't. It's just coincidental.
Oh, okay.
I felt red and ready this morning. And
okay.
Hey, let me start the week with a little bit of blood red.
Okay.
And we say congratulations to the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party.
Yeah.
And it was the first time they were using their new headquarters down at Limekeel.
I don't think it's the first time.
Well, for this convention.
Where was the last one held? Not right there? I think it's right there. I just think they fancied it. They fancied it up for this convention.
I think the last one was last year at Marriott.
Okay.
Right. I think they bought that either late last year or early this year. They
Okay.
bought the building.
I know they had a few things there.
Yeah,
I wanna feel they had it there, but I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna put my mouth on that.
But
I know for sure they had it there this year, as you said.
no,
Yeah.
it was formerly Manhattan Gardens
Yes.
restaurant,
Yeah.
and so they purchased it. And that's something perhaps all the political parties would think about. PAM has the PAM headquarters up at going up there 5 ways.
Wait, no. Wait, let me tell you. It's on the street. Why I can't remember the street? Isn't it across from just adjacent to the Patialas playing field?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is, oh my gosh.
I-
My street is on is it Bourne Avenue? Yeah, I think
I'm
it's
not
Bourne
certain.
Avenue. Yeah, it's Bourne Avenue.
I'm from SP, where the best we hub city. Hub, hub, hub.
Because
So-
5 ways is down, so we had to be
Yes.
mindful. They're
Adam-
up.
I think the road is called Adam Hill, where they normally
Yeah,
take
but
you
I
for-
think they're on Bourne Avenue.
Okay.
Somebody can correct me, but I want to feel that I'm in the know because my church is on the avenue and it would be shameful. That I
Okay.
don't.
Well,
I think it's Bourne Avenue.
and we
Yeah.
know PLP opened their constituency number 2 and party headquarters, I think. and
Yeah. So I guess that's their
Central
headquarters. And,
Street.
yeah.
The old Simaco
Old
building.
Simaco building. That's
But
correct.
That is, I don't think it is their building. PLP bought it. I think maybe they're renting space.
Okay.
But perhaps it augurs well for different political parties to have their own headquarters, and so they could have their events, and of course save a little on the dollars here and there instead of continuous renting. The thing about it, perhaps they need to carry that thinking from the Labour Party into government in terms of having
Owning
their
stuff.
own buildings as opposed to renting here, renting there, renting. You know, they had a song, Old MacDonald had a farm, here, there, everywhere, here, renting here, renting
So you want
there.
to make a song to say the
Renting
government
here,
renting here, renting there.
over there, renting everywhere.
Oh my God.
Uh,
That's bad,
But then
you know.
again, there's also a counter to that. Some persons feel it's cheaper to rent. You may not own the building, but in case there's any renovation,
But the
even maintenance, they don't have to pay. They just call up the landlord and say, hey, we have a water leak here, or whatever.
And I don't want, and you know what, I'm just going to say it because Quintal used to say, stop telling people to don't get you, just say what you have to say. If we're going to rent to renovate, why is it that we don't see much renovation in the time that we're renting and then eventually it looks like we rent to stay?
That's a good question.
Is there some form of laziness on our part to get the renovations completed and be back into our own space? Or is it better to have somebody else worry about the issues that the building will have and us not worry about the building?
That's a good question, my dear. And I don't really know.
Because when are we going to see Big Blue up and running again?
Big Blue.
Yes, the courthouse.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. Well, that introduces another thing, mold. Mold has come in.
When we leave it to lapse and to continue to disintegrate and add more bodies to the spores, how you're making a bigger problem for yourself, because then cleanup becomes more. Because the person who's going to have to clean is going to have to use more chemicals, more this, more that. It will be a longer time. So if you're going to say, okay, we're going to rent to renovate, then let's start right away. So if we move out today, Monday, tomorrow you get everybody started.
But one will argue maybe the government is not so wise when it comes to economizing and spending money prudently. Because you'll find, for example, let's say the Kim Collins Stadium. It might need, I don't know, and I'm picking a figure from the year, $300,000 to do renovation. But then the Ministry of Finance might only tell you, I'm going to give you $75,000.
That's a drop. That's a big gap.
So yes, you do $75,000. But what happened to the other? Let's use $100,000 for simple math. So what happened to the other $200,000? And next year, you might go up. That $200,000 now might have crept up to say $400,000.
Yeah, because things are rising every second.
They're only going to give you $150,000.
Yeah.
So down the road, when you would have accumulated, we spend say $1 million, you now have to go in and do some big renovation for $3 million. And I don't know. Well, I guess maybe that is why I didn't study economics and commerce and accounting. And
Good morning, Miss Henry.
But Hey, apart from that, it wouldn't be.
Yes.
And it would be remiss of me, as a sports journalist from WinFM 98.9, not to mention that Multraville Farms, Clean Rights United, Old Road Jets, they are the new National Bank group of companies Premier League SKNFA champion. They defeated Development Bank St. Peter's 4-2 last night in game 2 of 3. So they closed it down at 2, and I think it was a given. They've had a
good run.
I can't say excellent. Excellent is being not saying it enough. But they've played something like 28 matches. They've won 26 and 2 are drawn. They haven't lost a match for the year. Well, since last year when the season started, and they were in the nick of form, and it's not surprising to me. I said it. And they created a few records on the way. They were the first team to win the double, the FA Cup, and this for the last few years.
Okay.
And to go through without losing a match. Yes, they draw 2, but they didn't lose any. And obviously, it's the first time they won it. They
beat. This is not the one with the famous St. Paul's.
Well, they knocked out St. Paul's. Yes, man. They played St. Paul's, and St. Paul's had to at least draw to get into the Final Four. But they beat St. Paul's with 3-1. But you see, they had to do that because if St. Paul's was in the Final Four, St. Paul's would have won it,
The fact that they beat them there.
Serious politics.
Listen. And I would like to know what these gentlemen from Old Road did differently this year to ensure that they win it, and if they're going to keep winning it. Because, as I said, I don't find we take these things seriously around these parts. Maybe because we don't have $1 million attached to them or no big payout. Nobody wants to exert their actual energy and feel like there's no reward at the end of the tunnel. So maybe we can, get more monies in the coffers to pay these guys so they can keep at it. So we're going to take a short break as we anticipate the offices. Stay tuned.
Found the sound 98.9 Here comes the Mega Ball. You could win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4 and you could get all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. Now you can win more with the Mega Ball. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with the Pick 3 and a big $10,000 with the Pick 4. Don't wait, play today. Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide.
You ready to win a little extra? Then get on the ball.
Must be 21 and over to play.
Unlock the secrets to a healthier you. Join Dr. Natalie Osborne every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on WinFM 98.9 for Weekly Dose. During this 30-minute health discussion, we aim to educate and empower our listeners on the prevention of diseases, early diagnosis, and timely intervention. Don't miss out on this informative health talk where we teach you to live your best life. Weekly Dose, Tuesdays on WinFM 98.9.
The Unsung Heroes program is a testimony to the power of recognizing often overlooked individuals who make a significant impact.
CIBC Caribbean wants to reward the unsung heroes in our communities. Do you know someone who's been doing outstanding work in their community or performed an extraordinary act of heroism, bravery, or kindness in the last 12 months? Nominate a hero today. Go to CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more.
Easter is a season of fresh starts, new plans, and moments worth celebrating. This year, crack open extra funds with a TDC Financial Services Easter loan with up to $50,000 available to help you do more this season. Whether you're planning Easter activities, taking care of home projects, traveling to see loved ones, or simply giving yourself some breathing room, TDC Financial Services is here to help. Enjoy affordable rates, fast approvals, and flexible repayment options, all designed to make borrowing easy and stress-free. So don't let your plans stay in the shell. Crack open extra funds with TDC Financial Services today. Apply at TDC Financial Services on Central Street in Bastyr, St. Kitts, or Main Street in Charlestown, Nevis. TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Vroom, 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 vroom. Own fast, ride smart, you're out now. Vroom. This is your start. Big deal, nice wheels, just my ride. No wait, no hassle, just right. I saw it, I owned it quick like that. National bag, got me on track. Now I'm rolling free, no free spread. Keys in my hand, I feel blessed.
With Vroom, you pay $0 down, get low rates and fast approval. Apply today at any National Bank branch or online at www.sknanb.com. Vroom, your used car loan from National Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
This is your start.
Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you. Join me, Percival Hanley, this coming Friday and every other Friday at 10 a.m. to 12 noon for Heritage Matters on Win Media SKN 98.9. Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WinFM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Biff Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Biff Mills on WinFM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
And it's just about 36 minutes after the hour of 8, and we have in studio with us Sergeant Maguire. Officer Bell is on his way, but we will begin, and our topic for today are the traffic lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, morning, Curtis,
morning.
And morning to our radio listeners. Really and truly, seeing that at our last program, when the question has been raised about the traffic light, particularly for pedestrians and the countdown why they're so short. So I did secure the attendance of the technical person, but unfortunately circumstances beyond his control. He's not able to be here with us, but he promised to be here when everything seems okay with him. So we look forward to that. But nonetheless, seeing that we had planned for the discussion around the traffic light, I thought it best to continue in that vein today. So let's just have a discussion in relation to the importance of traffic light for safe driving. Before I do that, let me speak to the Vehicles on Road Traffic Act in relation to the authority or the law that governs the Traffic Act. So when the traffic lights are being put in place, like anything else, they have to be regulated by law. And so Section 84, this was a recent amendment of the Vehicles on Road Traffic Act. And the amendment seek to insert Section 84A, which has to do with the automatic notice in relation to that. Outside of that, there are regulation offenses regarding the traffic light for someone who people call it jaywalking, but in the law it's not really jaywalking. It's when you walk across the pedestrian crossing when you do not have the right of way. So if you walk across the pedestrian crossing while the red hand is up for you to wait, and not the white light with the image of a person walking, that is illegal. You are not supposed to do that, and the fine for that, it's a ticketable offense. The fine for that is $500.
So we do have a jaywalking fine.
Basically. Similarly, you are not supposed to walk across the street except using the crossing where there is traffic lights. So, sometimes we
cut in the back of the vehicle.
Sometimes, right, we are going, let's say we going down New Street, and you just cross, you're on one side and you cross over. Really and truly, you're supposed to navigate that by utilizing
going up the road
sidewalk.
And coming across on the.
But we understand, and drivers, most drivers are courteous enough.
Yeah.
But you really, once the light is green, and you really not supposed to be crossing the road, crossing from one side to the other, because that's an obstruction in relation to that. Somebody may ask, well, what if the light is on red, and I use the opportunity to cross? And so
because nothing coming.
Right. It's discretionary, really, but within the law, it shouldn't be happening. The pedestrian crossing is used solely for entering or crossing from one side of the road to the other. And so that is what happened. The other offense that I want to highlight under the amendment, it has to do with running the stoplight. We have seen that. I have seen it. Persons, the light is on red, and persons from time to time will just run the stoplight. That is considered reckless driving. You can be reported for reckless driving under Section 50 of the Vehicles on Road Traffic Act. And if as a driver you are charged and convicted for reckless driving, you can be fined up to $8,000.
Wow.
$8,000 once you're convicted for reckless driving in relation to that. As also, the intention is that a summons is issued, a notice is issued, which is considered in the act as a summons. So once that notice is laid before the court, it is done. So it is being done as a complaint laid before the court. And so if the notice is not being paid, the summons is not being paid for the violation, then the matter goes to the court in relation to that. So this is where Section 83 came in. It says an automated notice may be issued to the registered owner of a motor vehicle that has been recorded. In the case of where there is you exceed the speed limit or driving through a traffic stop whilst the application of the traffic light is red. So those are the major offense. There is another section, Part 5 of the amendment speaks to the public reporting of offenses. And that has to do with if anybody can video record these offenses, and they can turn that footage over to the police, and once there is a successful prosecution, there is a reward in the law that the person can receive in relation to that. This is all to engender civic responsibility and holding persons accountable for safe driving.
Okay.
I know people are going to see it as we will say in the gang world, as snitching.
Yeah, their favorite word.
And that's a word that most people are afraid of. Mm-hmm. So they think that if they report something, they are considered a snitch. Mm-hmm. No, you're just being civic in terms of your national responsibility, and at the same time, you are basically demonstrating that a no tolerance for anything that will be contravening the law in relation to road safety.
Okay.
And so there is a reward that can be had once there is a successful prosecution and submission of any video footage that have been captured.
So because as you said, people are afraid because the saying is snitches get stitches. So nobody wants to talk. I don't understand something so indifferent. They make it like a big thing, like, oh, I'm supposed to be afraid. Mm-hmm. If you submit whatever to the police, right, from your dash cam, would you, the person that submitted, can you be called to court eventually? And how does that protect you wanting to be a civic-minded individual when people, you see, it all goes back around to not wanting to talk because people might say, oh, the person see me now, they know I report them, blah, blah, blah. How does...
Right. Within the Evidence Act, there is provision for anonymity.
Yeah,
right.
Anonymous, yeah.
Yes, for you to give evidence anonymously. What will happen in that case is as a particular section, section 96, the submission of video footage. Any person by means of video recording devices captures digital video footage of a suspected road traffic offense under this act may submit such footage to the Commissioner of Police or any police officer designated for that purpose. The Director of Public Prosecution shall review the footage referred to in subsection 1 and determine its relevance and admissibility under the rules of evidence. Mm-hmm. So that will be taken care of. The question that you ask will be taken care of under the rules of evidence in relation to giving evidence without having to disclose your identity in relation to that. But that is being determined by the Director of Public Prosecution. So the admissibility of the video evidence and the video footage submitted under this part shall be admissible in court if it is relevant to the matter before the court. The court is satisfied that the footage is an accurate and true record of the event depicted, and 2, the footage has not been tampered with or altered in any way. And so there are procedures that is outlined to accept the video. Mm-hmm. So in this case, the person doesn't really have to show up to court in relation to that. So once all of those rules have been followed and there is a successful prosecution by way of the submission, the person can receive an incentive for that. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question here before we continue along, because sometimes you don't get enough questions. And the question goes like this. There are 3 sets of traffic lights on Keon Street, and we know where they are. What is the distance from the light that is one allowed to cross without using the pedestrian crossing?
Without using the pedestrian crossing?
So what is the distance from the light? As you say, we take chances, we took in here, we make sure we look left, right, and then we continue
I think that question came as a result of what I said earlier in relation to the jaywalking. But I think that, let me see, let's take West Independence Square Street to 4th Street. That might be about 50 yards. It's said if the traffic is said, if the traffic is at a standstill, then I don't think that would be any real.
But is the traffic ever at a standstill though, Sergeant? Because when you're trying to go one way, the light is giving way for somebody else to turn and go on the next way. So I don't think it's ever at a standstill. We taking real risks with our own lives.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But the key here is that you have to determine the safety. And so if you see that the traffic is flowing, whether in both direction or one direction, you have to be able to make that call for yourself. But when we're having these discussions, we're thinking about children and young adults and so on, and we know children and even sometimes we as adults we like
take chances.
We take chances.
Yeah.
And so the key here is safety. Whether it is safe to do so. Yeah.
And there is I think this one is more of a concern. It's not so much of a question. It says, the rebuttals to that question, if the law doesn't specify the distance with the if the law doesn't specify the distance, then the legislation is poorly written. So I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I don't think that the whole thing is that crossing the streets, it must be done. The only safety, the provision for crossing the street is by way of a pedestrian crossing. And so I don't think there was any consideration where you can cross other than by a pedestrian crossing, because that is it. But one understands that if the crossing is at a distance from where you intended to go, nobody would expect you, it may not be reasonable for you to go up to the crossing and walk back just to be on the safe side. It is just normal and reasonable.
Yeah.
The reasonable man test, that a reasonable person will just walk across. Because you're going down to West Independence Square Street. No one expects you to walk up to the traffic point on Victoria Road and cross and then come back to go down 4th Street. So it's just about safety. And so the crossing of the street really, with regards to the pedestrian crossing, has to do where you are intended at the point of the intersection. You are intended to go from one side to the next. You must utilize the pedestrian crossing.
Okay. And the next concern is the reward system is subject to corruption because the reward is payable by the convicted person. It means that individuals could vindictively report infringement for the sole purpose of getting reward money rather than an interest in road safety. What do you think about that?
I disagree. And this is why I disagree, because first, if someone breaks the rules of the traffic, it's not a crime, it's an offense, meaning that the conviction is not, it is recorded, but it does not affect you. As opposed to where you are convicted for criminal offense in terms of a record. And so I am saying that the objective is to ensure that everyone complies with the rules of the road. And so if someone violates that, and a civic-minded, right-thinking person records that, I don't see where someone can be malicious with that, because they just read in the sections of the law how those type of evidence are being acceptable in the court, so that the court can rely on the truthfulness and the accuracy of it. And so once that is proven, that it is relied upon as truth and actually what happens, then even if it is maliciously intended, it is truth.
Okay.
You cannot change the truth. And so if somebody break the law and then they are recorded and the court is satisfied that is sufficient evidence to to convict the person, then so be it. Okay. And so that person who submit the video, they are being rewarded for as a civic doing a civic duty.
Yeah.
And we should have a lot more of these in relation to crime prevention. And I believe that if we have this kind of proaction in relation to zero tolerance with regards to crime prevention, we would be in a much better place.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is correct. There's a next question. Persons are asking would all traffic officers apply the same thinking? Or the same discretion like you?
In relation to the crossing, the jaywalking?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing about discretion is really subjective, right?
Okay.
And so my discretion may not be yours, but using both of us as examples. For example, there might be something where I might feel that your wrong action warrants you being ticketed. Another officer might say, well, I'll give you a break, talk to you, because sometimes you might get a stern or harsh warning, and the officer believes that is sufficient for you to get the message that you did something wrong. Okay. And so it only comes down to the individual. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I really wish the traffic guy was here, because as we were discussing before we started this morning, I was telling you I don't feel the traffic lights work in the best interest of us pedestrians. Because I know sometimes you might press over there and I might press over there and we might confuse the light. But are we really confusing the light? Because we're just telling it that we want to cross. But then the time we have to cross is very limited, and then there's a lot of us, and then there are the differently abled individuals that need to get across too.
Right.
And as you rightfully said, we should exercise our discretion, but then we're holding up the traffic. And we were having a little chuckle, because if I stand up there and I realize it's green, it's
yeah, people
so
in frustration.
How can we assist the pedestrian, especially the differently abled or the elderly?
I would love to hear the technocrat and that in relation to what really was the rationale for the countdown time and the reason why. Because to me it's considerably short.
Yes.
I think it's about 6 seconds.
It's a lot. It's a lot less than we want to, because even getting out here at Independence Square area, it's hard.
Right.
Because by the time you press it change and then it's ready to turn, it's ready. Yes, it's
even
very
sometimes we who are even more physically able.
We can't get across.
You can't get across in time, because as soon as the second hit zero, the green light goes on, and then drivers want to move off the same time.
They want to go.
So I think here is where some safety discretion has to be utilized. You see an elderly person crossing or a disabled person, it's only courteous. It's ethical that you just allow them to cross to the path of safety, rather than, even though you have the green light.
Yeah, and even if the person in front decides to let them go, the one behind like to be pompous and come out.
Yes,
my gosh.
Yeah.
So are we really helping ourselves and each other?
So it's really one of the reasons why I saw the need to have the technician coming to really enlighten us and the operation of the function of the lights, the engineering that went in behind it. Somebody speak about the distance, because our streets are so close, the diversion of the street. And so in order to regulate the traffic, you have to put traffic lights. And so even with the traffic lights in operation, you don't even have, because you will realize sometimes the lights are green and about 3-4 vehicles get through and then go back to red and so on. Then you still have the bottleneck in relation to the congestion.
Yeah.
And so,
especially on the busy days.
Yeah, it would really be interesting to understand the mechanics behind it, how we arrive at that and why, and then the safety measure. So I really look forward to that discussion with the technician so that we can better understand how that is. So, because you would recall, Carlton said that people have called in and talk about the backing up of the traffic down at the bottom of 4th Street and even on East Independence Square, because you have a problem where traffic coming from Pan Road, and you have that difficulty where when the light is on red, people are still coming, which means that when it is on red, the traffic from East Independence Square have the right of way.
Yeah.
And they are already in the area, so you have that congestion and so on. So it's something that really has to be configured and see how best it can be remedied. Humans
are always needed. Why is it we don't still have a traffic warden there that can assist us with the traffic lights, since we see that particular corner is always a buzz and always keeps back the pedestrian?
Well, the thing about it, it has to be one or the other. You know, because you cannot have both. It was never intended for both to function at the same time, because you will create a confusion in relation to that. So that is why only when the light is not functioning, you will find that we put in an officer to help to regulate the traffic and so on. So that is a problem that I think will not be remedied by having someone at the location to assist in that regard. Unless if that person is going to do so in relation, in absence of the light, and so on. But both of them really should be working together.
Okay. There's a next question as we
questions.
I know, as we get to our 9 o'clock hour today. It says, why are traffic infringements subject to different rules?
Different rules?
Yeah.
I don't think I understand.
Okay. I don't, it's not my question, so I don't want to interpret and say the wrong thing, but it's just why are traffic infringement subject to different rules? Maybe if the person's listening, they can further expound on it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Oh.
All right, caller, you can always call back.
I'm trying to reason the question in my mind to see what the person was trying to say.
Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead for the officer.
Good morning to both of you and the panel. Yeah.
Morning.
A question. I would have heard the officer say right that pedestrian crossing not on the pedestrian cross. You know, he's saying it's okay. Hello?
We're listening. You go ahead. We're hearing you.
He's saying that it's okay, especially if the pedestrian cross is not close to where you are passing or you want to cross. Sorry, right? So I think what he should also say that pedestrian or pedestrians should also make certain that the traffic is not flowing at the time. Or the vehicle, the traffic coming towards them is not in a close area to them, because some people, because they think that they crossing the road and they're on their phone and they think that they could just stroll across the thing because I start to walk across the road before the vehicle get there. I think what he need to also say that you shouldn't just cross, especially if you're not on a pedestrian cross where the light gives you the okay to do so. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your concerns, caller.
Right. Well, thanks for your contribution, caller. I don't know if you might have missed what I said, but you are correct. That is essentially what I was saying. Probably I was not clear enough. Generally, it is not right, it's not legal for someone to cross where there isn't any pedestrian crossing. However, anybody wishes to do that, it's always on them to make sure that it is safe to do so. The pedestrian crossing is used solely for crossing from one side of the road to the other. And so if you intend to do so where there is no pedestrian crossing, the responsibility is on you to make sure that there is no oncoming traffic. So you are correct, caller.
All right. So I was told to read the entire thing. So it is not the reward that is challenged, it is who's paying it. When rewards are offered for help in tracking murders or burglars, we do not say the convicted murderer or burglar must pay the reward. So, therefore, why are traffic infringements subject to different rules?
Well, I don't think that the monies that are being paid comes from what the convicted person pay. It's not like when the court find the person, then what the fine is a portion of that is given to the person. No, that's not how it works. I think there is usually when the law provide for these, there is a special funding that is being made available. This is not the first time. I know when there was the Crime Stoppers, the program, the crime prevention program. When persons give information that successfully lead to a conviction in the commission of a crime, then there is a reward that is being offered. And so that reward, that payment comes from a specific fund, is not as a result of what the fine that has been, the sentence that has been issued at the court. So if that is the thinking of the caller, the person asking the question, no, it is not. And there is the traffic is not subject to different rules in that regard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's always a pleasure. We are at our 30-minute mark. Anything to add or before we close up?
Well, the issues and information regarding the safety and the use of traffic lights is always something that is ongoing. And so I look forward to having more discussion because one can better understand the importance of traffic lights and the use of the traffic lights. I believe that when one is better educated and resources like these, that you get better cooperation, and it only can be to the end of achieving the objective of road safety.
All right. Folks, sorry you didn't see the face of Officer Bell, but I'm sure he will be here next week. Due to unforeseen circumstances, he as well didn't make it this morning. So, Sergeant, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to come in for Traffic Talk. We appreciate you. And road users, please make the work of Officer Bell, Sergeant McGuire, and all the other officers in the force easy today. Let's take it easy. You're expected home alive. And folks that are using the road as well, they are expected home alive as well. All right, we're going to take... You're welcome. Short break, and we'll be right back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Here comes the Mega Ball. You could win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4 and you could get all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. Now you can win more with the Mega Ball. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with the Pick 3 and a big $10,000 with the Pick 4. Don't wait, play today. Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide.
You ready to win a little extra? Then get on the ball.
Must be 21 and over to play.
The Unsung Heroes program is a testimony to the power of recognizing often overlooked individuals who make a significant impact.
CIBC Caribbean wants to reward the unsung heroes in our communities. Do you know someone who's been doing outstanding work in their community or performed an extraordinary act of heroism, bravery, or kindness in the last 12 months? Nominate a hero today. Go to CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more.
National Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
This is your start. Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people.
The Unsung Heroes program is a testimony to the power of recognizing often overlooked individuals who make a significant impact.
CIBC Caribbean wants to reward the unsung heroes in our communities. Do you know someone who's been doing outstanding work in their community or performed an extraordinary act of heroism, bravery, or kindness in the last 12 months? Nominate a hero today. Go to CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
And we're back on Island T, just about 12 minutes after the hour of 9. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to everybody, once more again, and greetings once more again in Jesus Christ's name, the only Savior of sinners, from their sins and from hell, by the gospel only, true faith only, according to the Bible only, in Jesus only. Now, I would like to ask, Bev, the two issues, morning, Bev, morning, the two issues that are brought up that WinFM is investigating, is there any word as to whether they are true or false?
Sorry, repeat for me, please. I missed that.
Yeah, the two issues that I brought up to you last week that you said WinFM is investigating, are there any word yet as to the truthfulness or falsehood of those stories?
Well, I haven't seen anything from my news department. I'll have to reach out to them today and find out what's up. Normally, they'll post their items. I try to listen as much of WinFM 98.9's news as well as other stations, and I haven't heard anything on the other stations, neither WinFM. So I'll reach out to sorry, I said sports. I'll reach out to my news team and find out what's the word, how they're coming along with that story.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Secondly as well. Now, the increase. One of the things that is filling the news is increase in the cost of living, and people are discussing the reason why for that. Now, in the past,
like in the past, I have discussed one aspect. There are many aspects that contribute to the increase in the cost of living. I would like to speak a little about another aspect, and that is the monetary policy aspect of the government. That is also contributing very much to the increase in the cost of living. This is what I would like to say on this other aspect, this additional aspect. When you increase the printing of your money, when you put more money in circulation, and you do not have the increase in production and/or services, but you have an increase in your currency because of the increase in printing of dollars. That is also one of the other reasons, factors that in addition causes also the increase in living as well. In our currency, the EC, is pegged to the U.S. The U.S., and it's pegged at 270, as we all know. The U.S. has been increasing the money supply by printing more and more dollars. And therefore, we have to keep the ratio, the proportion, so we also have to accordingly increase the printing of our dollars as well to have it remain pegged at 270 to the U.S. dollar. Because of that, we are injecting more and more money into our economies, but the products and the services are not increasing to match. And so because of that, you have more dollars chasing basically the same amount of goods and services. And therefore you have increased demands for these services and products because you have more dollars now chasing them. And because of the economic rule of supply and demand, which is biblical as well, most of all, because of the economic rule of supply and demand, you're going to have increases in the cost of your products and services, hence an increase in the cost of living. A lot of people are not aware of this, and for this as well, I blame all parties because they all have the same monetary policy. The way to go is the Bible way, which is have a free market capitalist policy where money is concerned. Allow the people them to use the currencies of their choice, and therefore the stronger currency people are going to choose, and therefore that would help cushion a whole lot.
So you're saying we should step away from using the EC dollar and just use the US or the pound?
Just let the market decide that. Let the people them decide that.
Who people?
Let the people them decide.
Who people?
We.
The constituents?
Yes.
And how would they decide that?
Because people are going to this, for example, there might be employers who might prefer to pay the people in the U.S., and the people might agree. Okay, I'm going
Greg, I'm getting a bad feedback in my headset. So I'm hardly hearing you at this moment. If it's trying to sort it out, I don't know what it is.
I do not have anything on, so it's not from my end.
No, it's not from your end. I was just saying. Okay, Greg, could you call back? Because I really can't hear you.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
No problem.
So we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
What are you doing?
She said, drink a rude boy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. out and we active living we life. So when we drink, rude boy. So when we drink, rude boy. Oh, Miss Lady, anyway you see we building up our vibes. So when we drink, rude boy. So when we drink, rude boy. Why?
Old fast, ride smart, you're up now. This is your start. Big deal, nice wheels, just my ride. No wait, no hassle, just right. I saw it, I owned it quick like that. National band, got me on track. Now I'm rolling free, no free spread. Keys in my hand, I feel blessed.
With Vroom, you pay $0 down. Get low rates and fast approval. Apply today at any National Bank branch or online at www.sknanb.com. Vroom, your used car loan from National Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
This is your start.
Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you. Join me, Percival Hanley, this coming Friday and every other Friday at 10 a.m. to 12 noon for Heritage Matters on Win Media SKN 98.9. Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WinFM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Biff Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Biff Mills on WinFM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
And we're back on LNT just about 21 minutes after the hour of 9. And I did see an article from May 14 that says Destiny Project remains a contentious issue in Nevis despite being stalled pending federal approval. And then just now on Facebook, I saw a post from one of the famous bloggers here in Nevis, and it says Destiny deal brag amount sent to Drew to sign wants 6,000 employees, right? But only 5% or 300 will be from Nevis. Basically, 5,700 will be Caucasian people.
That's something wrong with that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm not so certain how accurate that is, Cartens.
Listen, listen.
300 out of 6,000?
Yeah, boy.
That's 2%?
Well, it says 5.
5%?
Mm-hmm.
5% of...
That's what this person said it said. So, and that article that I was referencing, it's on winnfm.com as well. And it reads as follows. I'm just going to touch a little bit. The political standoff over the multi-billion-dollar Destiny Project continues to highlight friction regarding land ownership, sovereignty, and political transparency in Nevis. The leader of the opposition, Nevis Reformation Party, NRP, Honorable Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, continues to suggest that the Nevis Island Administration, NIA, under the leadership of the Honorable Premier Mark Brantley, has hidden the truth. Has hidden the true parameters of the Destiny Agreement from the public. The NRP leader noted in a statement that neither the public nor local stakeholders have been granted access to the specific Destiny proposal or the development agreement. We have a caller. Caller, go ahead. You're live on LNT. Good morning.
Good morning, humble servant Potentia.
Good morning.
And Brother Biff, if he's there.
Yes, good morning, sir. How are you?
I am humble and peaceful.
Wonderful.
I am on the crime solving situation this morning. But I have one question to ask, as I will do first. Was there a recent killing in St. Kitts, say within the past 3 weeks to a month?
Yeah.
Anything?
Mm-hmm.
And if I may ask, what country that person might be from? Is it a local or foreign?
I'm wondering if you're not thinking about the Kittian who was killed in Dominica.
Or the Vincentian that was killed here.
Yeah, there was a Vincentian footballer who was killed. Oh, yeah.
Vincentian.
Vincentian was killed up at a nightclub.
Yeah.
About that
All
time.
right. I don't know. I stand for correction. But I'm saying it aloud. Part of my mission to be in this political affairs intervention, that will be part of my crime solving situation. I've heard that a name that was called potentially in this investigation, I don't know how far the investigation is, but possibility a person who was involved has fled the country, and I happen to find out where they are.
Okay, well,
right now I will go.
I think you need to call the police for that one.
Well, really, first of all, I wanted to hear to the world, because wherever this person is, I need them to hear, and there are no place to be hide. There's no place to be hide. But yes, I will lay some information, and I will leave my number for to whom it may concern to call me. Because I need this to be solved.
I don't think he's hearing you,
my
Biff.
number, and you could pass it on to the authorities, and I hope they are hearing it.
But shouldn't you, Mr. Welcome? Is that the right protocol? Shouldn't you be passing on that information to the police?
You didn't have to call me name and this, but I...
Oh, my apologies, sir.
I think your voice is well known now. There is nothing that's anonymous for you,
apologize.
kind sir.
It's nothing that winnfm could do, but I need the authorities and all who hearing it. I need the world to hear it. But
and that is okay. But
Hmm?
isn't it about protocols and procedures? Step A before step B.
Yeah.
And shouldn't be step A be inform the
authorities, yeah.
And then...
Look, I need the authorities to call me, and I am giving my number on WhatsApp. The authority should have, all government entities should have a number, WhatsApp number. That is easily accessible. To call direct, you know how it is. That's a long distance.
Okay, do you mind giving your number, because I suspect
No,
police
I don't
officer.
mind.
Okay, go ahead and give.
Code is 347 460 8192. And I need this person.
Repeat
to
it
be
again,
called.
please. Repeat it.
Area code is 347 460 8192. I need them to call me, because probably we could solve a situation that is unsolved. I know
Okay,
it's probably on an investigation.
Can I do
Pass
this,
it on
please?
to the authorities.
Can I do this, please, sir? I have the numbers of 1 or 2 police officers in my phone. Can I send your number to them and also send their number to you and send your number to them? Can I do that?
I have no problem with that.
I appreciate that.
No problem with that.
And we do appreciate you coming forward and indicating that, because no one should really be hiding, covering up, as it were, situations, well, crimes, knowledge, and I think it's against the law. So we appreciate that. And the way I'm remembering some time ago, and I was very much disturbed about it. A particular minister of government said he knew something about members of another party, and when the time is right, he'll disclose that. I had a problem with that. The time is always right to share information about crime. I remember that up to this day. I'm not going to say who it was, I'm not going to say when it was, but I was very much disturbed about that. You don't hold on to information waiting for tomorrow or next week or until something happens. There's a saying, you know something, say something.
Say something or do something about
I was just going to come in with that. If you know something, you hear something, say it.
But we want you to say it to the rightful authorities.
Exactly.
We don't want you to say it here.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
That's why I gave my number. And I give you the reason why I called. I'm not on the political slingshot this morning.
Okay, sir, we appreciate that. We're solving crime.
Crime solving, okay.
But with that sort of resources, you know, in this information, I mean...
Is this one of your...
You see where I am?
Yes.
I am not on the island. I am far away.
But people in the U.S. to call me and tell me, or send me WhatsApp, some call me and say, boy, Biff, I hear this happening in St. Kitts. And
we don't even know yet.
About that. And when I go check, it's true.
Yeah.
So you guys hear more about what's happening in St. Kitts
than we do.
Quicker than we do.
Okay, you got it. So you could pass this on to whosoever.
I will.
And the commissioner could get it.
Well, I have the number for the deputy commissioner and at least one assistant commissioner. I'll pass it on to both of them.
No problem.
I think I may even have the number from the commissioner of police, because the commissioner of police played in my football club in Sandy Point, Crab Hill Sports Club.
Oh.
Yeah, he played.
I am awaiting their call.
Yes, sir. We'll do that. Thank you for calling.
All right, enjoy the rest of your breakfast or your lunch. Have a good one. We have a next caller? All right. So as we continue along, I see there's a comment on the wall that says, no to Destiny, no to Seasons. Let's boycott with our votes. So I hope when this... okay, let me not say hope, let me not assume. So for the person that has that comment, when you said boycott with the vote, you mean to get rid of them? Because at yesterday's convention, Biff, I saw the NRP who were there representing. So I said, oh, so maybe they're not. So they're not on the side of the recent circulation that we heard, where the letter where they were asking Pam to join with NRP and sing. I guess NRP smart. NRP probably said, we're mixing up in that.
Well,
because if CCM could get bite in the foot by the scorpion, what going to happen to us?
But maybe it's a case of being neutral until judgment day comes, the time to make a decision. Yeah, so you're in bed with both parties, so to speak, or you're being neutral, you're talking to both parties.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm thinking, is it a good thing for my political party having a convention to invite all the other political parties? What is your view on that, Cartensia?
Yeah, I think they should come. And I think they should be invited, because you see how I looked at it yesterday, right? You see like how the opposition are really oppositioning. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Mm-hmm. I thought they should have been at the thing yesterday.
But were they invited?
I don't know. Because they're working for the greater good of the Federation, which I think is a good thing if they're going to work like that. Because we must have opposition. But I think if we're going to run the country, let's say, okay, let's say Mr. Brantley and Dr. Drew were running together, right? But if Dr. Drew does something funny, Mr. Brantley should be able to correct him. And if Mr. Brantley does something funny, Dr. Drew should be able to correct him, right? So they should run the country for one common good, but have boundaries, have accountability, hold each other feet to the fire. Not because they're the ruling entity, they can do whatever they want. And nobody says nothing about nobody. Or soon somebody says something like, you mash me foot, you dash me out the party. You understand? In local terms.
Well, Inside the News last Saturday, that was hosted by Michael Blake. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking it was a tremendous topic. I can't remember verbatim, but in essence, how do we change the status quo of politics, party politics, for the betterment of the country?
Yeah, because I did see the different gentlemen, but I didn't get to listen to it like you. Busy life.
There were 3 persons on it. Mm-hmm. Austin Edinburgh, in his private, personal capacity.
Yeah, he did put in his disclaimer. I saw that part.
He wasn't representing any political party.
Yes.
Azad Gums, who was representing the People's Action Movement, And
Mr. McCarthy, I think he's
yes,
orange.
Well, no, he said he was representing the people. He wasn't representing any political party. And what I found interesting, Cartencia, he was sitting between Azad on his left and Austin on his right. And he said the political parties are sandwiching the people.
Listen.
Playing with words.
Because I have seen instances where he's been affiliated with or been touted to be affiliated with the mixture of the yellow paint and the red paint that combines to get orange. So, caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. All right, you can always call. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Yes, I listened to that program on Saturday. Well, we broadcast on the program. And yeah, it was really interesting. And funnily enough, even though they were from different backgrounds, all the panelists agreed that we really do need a paradigm shift in how we conduct our politics. Okay, all of them, without exception, agreed on that. I think what they might have disagreed on is the way to go about it. Okay, everybody, all of them there, admitted that, well, politics nowadays have become very transactional. And it's transactional not only at the level of the politician and when they come and form these alliances and so on, but it's also down to the level of the ordinary people who, want something for their vote. And that is really controversial. And one question that all seem to duck a bit was when the moderator asked, well, who is responsible for driving the change that we say we need? And I would always say it is the sitting government who have the resources, who have the power to do it. Okay? Not so much the opposition. One of the things a number of them tried to duck to was by saying, well, it has to come from the people, society. That is vague. Okay? That's a way of copying out of absolving yourself of the responsibilities to make that change happen. And like I said, those with more power and resources have the capacity more than the people in inverted commas, out there, or opposition, right? One of the ways that we can definitely get that shift is by trying to be a society based on merit rather than political patronage and quid pro quo and all this transactional politics. Now, achieving that is hard because it's like a self-fulfilling thing where if for instance you see your neighbor asking for favors, you don't want to lose out, so you're going to ask for them too. Be it a scholarship or a job for your child or some other thing. You don't want to be left out, so you're going to do it as well. And so it perpetuates itself, right? Nobody want to lose out, so everybody does it. And we have to move away from that, and the way you move away from that is becoming a meritorious society where there are definite rules for the distribution of resources and so on, right? And I'm not hearing from any particular, although they would say it, I'm not hearing anything from any party, whether those in power or those wanting power, as to how they're going to achieve this, okay? I think it was McCarthy himself who said, Brown himself who said that in order to get away from the kind of corruption and the patronage system and so on that we have to have laws. But at the same time, somebody else pointed out that you can have all kinds of laws if you don't have people who are going to enforce them. right? It's still not going to work. Okay, so yes, you can tighten up on the loopholes and so on, but and the fact remains, we do have systems in place to have things done in an orderly and a fair manner. But those systems don't seem to be working. Why would it? To me, one of the indictments against the current government is that they, knowing what they knew, went into government saying that they're going to have better governance and end up doing pretty much the same thing as previous governments. So you have things like the Public Accounts Committee that they seem comfortable working without those kinds of things. So we need accountability at all levels, government as well as civil service, the people themselves have a responsibility and needs to be held accountable for the kinds of who they vote for, how serious they are about their vote, whether they're going to allow themselves to be bribed and those kinds of things. So it's accountability at all levels that we need. But it was a very interesting discussion, and I would recommend it to anybody to listen to and, to draw their own conclusion. Because it's going to be very important in the upcoming elections, how people vote. We don't want people to, like I think I heard you say sometimes.
Aren't you concerned with the fact that people are saying they're not going to vote, though?
Right.
A lot of people saying they're not going to vote this election because of what they're seeing. But is that a good thing?
Exactly. It is not a good thing, right? And maybe that's one of the areas so that you can have a paradigm shift where you don't sanction people for not voting, but you encourage them to vote, whether through tax credit, some kind of tax credit or something. You encourage everybody to vote, right? Because it's extremely important. When people opt out of the system, I mean, it's not good. When you win an election with less than 50% of the vote, yes, you win.
Yeah.
But is that good for democracy?
So
those are the kinds of things I think we need to look at.
And can we be matured enough, responsible enough to say, well, hey, though I support this party, I don't like what they're doing, so I think I'm going to vote for the other party and give them a chance to fix things. Are we matured enough to do that, caller? I think it was Colonel North who did that in the U.S. some time ago. He was a Republican, he was a Republican and said, no, I'm going to vote Democrat, or the other way around. I can't remember.
Well, contrast that with now in the recent election, election day, I think, primary, where Cassidy, I think his name was booted out because Trump remembered how he essentially voted against him before. When you have that kind, he voted on principle, right? He said, but when you have somebody who decides, well, it got to be the party line, it's tough to beat that. And we can understand, again, with the political patronage system. Can you imagine this? Somebody who has been awarded or who have a political appointment, first of all, can you imagine them going against the government that essentially politically appointed them? It's not going to happen, I don't think. But what we can hope for, because most people are not like that, it's only a select few who get political appointments, I think. Okay, there's more in the patronage system, yes, where people might approach their member of parliament and ask for some favor. Yes, I agree that that's more extensive down the line. But generally speaking, the populace as a whole do not, and this is important, do not depend on government for the livelihood or for whether they make it on the island or not.
Okay.
And they are the ones who we expect to exercise good judgment when they're doing things like voting or when they have to criticize a particular action in government, right, and do something about it. Those are the ones. I think they call them independent, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? But those are the ones who I think would make a difference, rather than the party hack who got political appointments or favors from the government.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your contribution as usual. We have a next call on the line. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT.
Yes, it's this voice again that you all know. Mr. Biff, I know you mentioned 3 political parties, and there was one who intervened without invitation. Do you remember that person?
I'm trying to...
I intervene with my opening statement and perspective. So it was 4. Even though I wasn't on the podium and in the studio.
So he's his party.
Okay, 4. But now that you're talking, I'm hearing of a 5th as well. Well, actually 6. I'm hearing of 6 parties. There's Henry Marsham, who launched as an independent.
Yeah, in Old Road.
But apparently he's working on a party now. And there's the Ras Kolunji.
Ras Kolunji?
Yes.
He has a party too?
He reminded me that he has a party as well.
Okay.
And also, Rusty Liebert. He's in Taiwan right now. But we all are coming home.
So is Rusty a part of your party, or is Rusty bringing a different
independent
party?
They're all independents.
I am an independent, and all the rest who are independent. I mean, Henry is a party, but mostly an independent, and it's all of us except Labour.
So
will collaborate and collide.
May I ask you a question, sir? So let us say there are 8 independents in the Federation of St. Kitts, 1 in each constituency. Do you think you will combine to form a party, or you will still contest as independent?
Absolutely, yes in advance. Yes in advance. Anything except Labour.
So, and you mentioned Rusty Liebert, and Rusty has declared his intention to be a candidate. And this is what we were referring to earlier, because I have known Rusty to be a big PAM throughout his life. I think he may have been chairman.
Independent now.
And he's now chairman, so he's probably saying, I do not like what is happening. So perhaps that is the way that we need to operate as Kittitians and divisions. Well, as electorates, wherever. Otherwise, the politicians, they're going to always use us. And I'm having a comment here, and that politician today suggests that he is above reproach with regard to behavior in public office. Put another way, Contesia, politicians believe they could do anything they like.
And they can't, and they shouldn't be able to. That's what I'm saying. If sometimes, as I was saying, if they led us a collaborative party, then they should be able to say, no, you're doing this wrong, no, you're doing that wrong. And as I... Hello?
Absolutely. If I'm doing anything wrong, call me up. Hit me with the big stick. But they don't want to take no blow. They got to be able to throw blows and take blows, but they don't want to take blows. They just want to throw blows.
According to one Calypsonian, too thin-skinned. Okay, sir, thank you very much for your call. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Cartensia, coming out of the same paradigm shift, the point was made that in several elections here, at least 2 elections here in St. Kitts, more persons voted for the opposition than who would have voted for the government. And that's easy to understand. The opposition win, they win by small margins. Sorry, the government win, they win by small margins. When the opposition win seats, they win by big margins. So at the end of the day, more people could vote for the opposition than the government. And the point pushed forward was all opposition members, all MP, members of parliament, they should be given some portfolio, because the people voted for them. The people wanted them in there to do their business.
Yeah, I could agree with that, because if I win, let's use 7 is a winner. The 7 doesn't have a portfolio because he's not part of the government. But they should be given things to upkeep their constituents. But no, I think they use it in a way where they give the government that's in would give the opposition so they can upkeep. So next election, they get the win. So that's how it is. Politics is not a nice game.
Dr. The Honorable Sean Richards, the parliamentary representative for number 5 from PAM.
Yeah.
And he's in opposition.
But he's not getting anything.
He's not getting anything. So the suggestion was, hey, and if they were to do that, I suspect they won't give them ministries of significance. None of them would get Ministry of National Security or Ministry of Finance.
It's funny, right? How we can already, as the employer of these employees, know who's going to be what. Yeah, they run on certain things, but then still you don't know. Okay, I'm going to use the pertinent examples like you. Wait, hold on. You say she's going to get tourism. He's going to get agriculture. They just already pick and know who's going to get education. And it always baffles me, like, how these people know this before these portfolios are actually given. Like, they just put the people. Like, now I can tell if Pam wants to get into government, it might be Troy. That might be Minister of Agriculture because he has his expertise.
He said Troy Flanders. People might think Troy.
Everybody know I said Pam. Everybody know which Troy is running. I don't think I need to differentiate.
Just now,
oh my God,
dynamics, please.
Mr. Flanders.
Thank you.
And that's the next thing too. You know, somebody brought it up to me the other day. Why do we call politicians like full mouth? Growing up, I dare not say Hoyt or Cheddy Jagan. You know, I had to say Mr. Cheddy or President Cheddy Jagan, President Hoyt, like how we just say Drew, Timothy, like what behavior?
At the end of the day, if tomorrow a minister of government is not the honorable, if the
no, but it's not honorable. But
you
still,
mean while in office still?
No. Okay, you know, growing up, you couldn't pass and say good morning, Troy. You had to say, good morning, Mr. your last name, Mr. Douglas, whatever.
Paradigm shift.
But
gone are those days, cartons here. And I guess we're playing the U.S. thinking. If you're going when you go to the U.S.
But most people say President Trump. You hardly hear Trump unless somebody vex. You understand?
But even in supermarkets.
President Biden, President Barack Obama, even though he's not president, they're still calling it. You hardly hear people say Barack. It might be somebody out there, but it's...
Maybe respect. Maybe lack of respect. But in the U.S. system supermarkets, even the manager has a name tag that says Tom, Troy,
first name, I guess
Sam, and things like that.
But because of... Okay, you're going to see the past, you're going to see the past on the road and call him Troy? No, you're going to say Pastor whatever, Mr. whatever. Caller, go ahead, you're live on Island Tea. Good morning. All right. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island Tea. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Contestia, Biff, and the public. How you guys doing, Biff? Man, what's up, man?
Good morning. I'm blessed, highly favored, and giving thanks. What about you? Even though I was told I shouldn't be saying that because I'm not a Christian.
Good, man.
Oh, that's wonderful. How was the weekend?
Yeah, pretty good. Don't forget those other New Year's resolutions that you had working on, okay?
Oh, yes, the other 21 that I completed too so far.
Just don't portray like how the politicians are. They got the manifesto, and when they get in there, when the year starts, you ain't accomplished all what you're supposed to accomplish.
That's a good point.
Yeah, me personally, here we go, Biff, because I know you're about to get off. I'm telling the people of St. Kitts and Nevis right now, the Labour Party is not the only party that can run St. Kitts and Nevis. They are not the only qualified persons that can take control of governing our country and to run the country efficiently, effectively, with minimal corruption. That's all we need. We need leaders with integrity. And the Labour government, they need not forget, they signed some type of understanding about them being operate with integrity.
In public life?
Yes. Like all of them signed on to some, like a pact or something.
Integrity,
so when they come in
public
and they govern, they're going to govern with as much integrity as they can.
Yeah.
And me, personally, Biff, I came to the Federation in 2015. That was the first time I voted in St. Kitts Nevis. I voted there twice now. Like I tell you, man, I was so disconnected. I couldn't believe that persons in the diaspora could have really come back home and vote. But like I said, the thing with me is, if you're going to give me the right to come home and vote, bro, I got to also get the right to put my name on the ballots. If you're not going to give me the right to put my name on the ballots, well, you'll take away my right to vote. I can't get one without the other. They're supposed to be married, bro. The right to put your name on the ballots, especially as a natural born citizen. you're supposed to automatically have the right to put your name on the ballot as well. No matter if you have 100 passports, which you want to tell me? My birthplace don't have any value. Where I was born don't have any value. I didn't tell my mother to put me out in Cotton Ground in Nevis. I'm not one of those guys that was born at the hospital bib. I'm a real Cotton Ground man. You got a lot of guys in Cotton Ground. They're not even really from Cotton Ground. They're from Charlestown.
Okay.
And it hurts me and other persons who may fall in this category. They feel discriminated against. You were born in the country and you can't run for politics, but you can only be a voter. What's wrong with that, man?
Sorry, not Biff. Burl, to be names. 30 seconds to wrap up. We have to make way for the upcoming program, Voices.
Yeah,
which will be hosted by King Sakoti.
The Prime Minister got to keep his eyes on the Destiny Project over on Nevis, because it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And I believe if the Prime Minister created that ad hoc committee to technically put that Destiny Project on hold, he should make it clear no transactions happen over there until when I get the green light. And a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes there, man. By the time the election come around, Nevis people will already lose all those lands. Thanks a lot, man. You guys have a good day.
All right, you too. And just as we close up, I have something on the wall that says, on Nevis, the Premier and Minister of Agriculture complained that there is not enough land available for housing expansions and to offer for new agriculture projects. Then why encourage land sale? Since land scarcity is such a major challenge for the government, why not seek to acquire the lands from the private landowners for more agricultural and housing space instead of encourage large chunk sale? And to end it off, some things are not adding up. Seems these politicians are great at conversations for convenience. Say what is necessary to prey on the emotions of the masses when convenient for them.
Put another way, Cartencia, tell the people what they want to hear.
And they bite. So here is where we're going to end for today. We will continue tomorrow, God's spare. And remember to stay tuned for Voices hosted by King Socrates. Yes, I'm going to use the right title. Socrates. All right. So have a good day and stay tuned.
Nice being with you this morning, Cartencia. Look forward to tomorrow. Have a good day yourself.
Thank you.
Is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Campari, Red Passion, embrace the mix.
Campari, Red Passion, full action, this is Red Passion. Embrace the mix, add Campari, make it turn and twist. Add your chaser in your drink. Campari, Red Passion, make the nicest mix. Campari.
Campari Red Passion. Embrace the mix. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Building supplies, electrical supplies, furniture, appliances, carpets and tiles. It's the company where you can get it all. All at TDC, home and building depot. From lawn and garden, the TVs and stereos. All at TDC, home and building depot. Come on down, get what you're looking for. It's all at TDC, home and building depot.
Don't throw those bottles away. Turn them into money today. Vitamalt bottles equal cash in your pocket. It's super easy. Just take those empty Vitamalt bottles to any Cara Brewery distribution truck or any drinks depot in St. Kitts and Nevis. We're keeping our beautiful Twin Island paradise clean. Vitamalt bottles equal cash back. Keep it clean, keep it green. Vitamalt bottle returns. Your bottles, your cash, your island.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us from foundation to finish. Come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us.
So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostel's Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostel's Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hosford's.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
What are you doing? She said, drink a rude boy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, she said, drink a rude boy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, cause when we out and we active, living we life. So when we drinking. Rude boy. So when we drinking. Rude boy. Oh, Miss Lady, anyway you see we are we building up our vibes. So when we drinking. Rude boy. So when we drinking. Rude boy. Why?
More than 42 million cars from